Every morning is an opportunity to connect with Jesus. Whether you're looking to get started or looking to grow more, DDPC is for you. Join us as we connect with Jesus together.
Hey, welcome everybody. God bless you, and thank you for joining me this morning, this Friday morning, Daily Devotions with Pastor Chris, episode 411. Here we are, man. We are in my truck, just swung into Starbucks. Got some second morning, Kim. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning, Tanya. That's right. I said Starbucks is second-rate coffee. Absolutely is. We've all drunk the Kool-Aid. We believe that it's all this great coffee. It's really not, but it's convenient. So we go there and overpay for bad coffee. But anyway, we are on today. What's up, everybody? Good to see you guys still coming on. Interesting. It is absolutely beautiful outside, meaning blue skies, sunny, but man, it's cold. I mean, I left my house this morning. It was 32 degrees. Now it says 36 degrees. That could just be because I came off the hill, because I live on top of a hill. Thus, they call it Woodland Hills. But anyway, good morning, Melissa. Good to see you. Few young adults on with us. Samantha Andres is on. Let me jump over here onto the chat, see who's morning. We've got at the top of the list Joe and Chicky Scopoletti coming in from YouTube. We've got Athena Devilson is on. Good to see you this morning. Samantha Andres, God bless you. Carly Papsco, Deb Click, MK Wilson, John Cookson, Jody McHugh, Elizabeth Orlando, Timothy Jones, Betty Diaz, Paula Lavish, Cindy Wood, Elizabeth Hibbard, Renee Galuzzi, Scott Dobler, Mike Willis, Don Oliette, God bless you, Nancy Dejournette, Mike B, Tony Fetchy, God bless all of you guys, and more are still coming. So good to see you. Mary Saucier, good to have you on. God bless you guys. Listen, so we are about, I can't believe how cold it is. I'm over the cold like I'm over COVID. You know what I mean? What's up, Andrew? Good to see you, man. Janetta just jumped on Facebook. Good to see you. And I'm so, but hey, listen, man, it could be worse. It could be worse. God is still good. He's on the throne. He is blessing us. Today is a day full of his blessing, full of his faithfulness. Great is the name of the Lord. And that's why we gathered around this virtual campfire today, so that we could just get into the word and learn a little more about him. So, hey, Julie Chandler, good to have you on. God bless you, man. I cannot believe how big your daughter is getting. I see her and I'm like, my mind is blown. It's just like she was just a little girl just yesterday, but I know I'm not telling you anything new. Hey, what's up, Maria? Good to see you on this morning. Praise the Lord. So let me just get right into this, because today I'm talking about the subject of wordsmithing. Hey, what's up, Kim? Good to see you on. God bless you. And and so you say, what do you mean? Hey, Debbie Fogler, good to see you too. You say, what do you mean by wordsmithing? Well, let me some context to this devotional, and it's personal. Yesterday, I was invited to participate in a virtual trade show. And now we use a company at the church to do all of our printing. Like, they made these jackets. They do all of our any kind of merchandise, promotional materials. They do it. It's called All In, AL-LYNN. They are a company out of Shelton, Connecticut. They are awesome. Mike Ragazine is the man, and actually related to Ken and Jessica Ragazine in our church. But he's a believer, faithful, loves the Lord, attends Blackrock Church, and just an awesome family and Christians, and they love the Lord, and so we do our work through them. So in any case, he invited me to be part of this virtual trade. How exciting could that be? But But we do have some, we got Mother's Day coming up. We got Father's Day coming up. We have VBS coming up. We have our summer push coming up. We have we have a lot of things coming that need, that could lend themselves towards some merchandising. We have a capital campaign that we're going to be launching, all these things. So I was like, well, let's see what's new and exciting that's out there. And so I participated. But really, the real hook for me was that, they were giving away some prizes, and he said in the email, he said, look, it's going to be a YouTube event, and we've got a live chat, and if you participate in the chat, then the more you participate, the more your chances are of winning. And the grand prize was a Yeti cooler. Now, I never ever would buy a Yeti cooler. I think they're heavy, they're hard to move around, but I thought, hey, if I can get one for free, I'm in. And so I was pretty excited, and so I just began to chat up the stream, from beginning to end. And I won a prize. I never win this stuff, and I actually won a prize. And I got so excited because they came to the end and they said, well, as you know, we have a Chatty Cathy prize, and we shouldn't have called it Chatty Cathy. We should have called it Chatty Chris, because Chris Willis, you won. And I was so excited. I was like, I can't believe I just won it. And he said, and they had a lot of different hosts. It's actually really well done how they did it. And he threw it to somebody and said, what did they win? And I said, and I'm expecting this Yeti cooler. And because that's what I was told. And I ended up winning this like box of like little lemon crackers set. And I'm like, all right, first of all, I would never buy that. And secondly, there's nothing in there. It's full of dairy and it's full of gluten, so I can't eat it anyway, but whatever. And so, but here was the thing, and this is what has spurred this devotion about wordsmithing. The MC that ran the whole thing said something in his comments to me. He said, Chris, you have been active in this chat from the beginning, and throughout you've been making remarks. And then he said this, he said, some of your remarks were snarky, but we appreciated your engagement. And man, I got to be honest with you. Like when he said that, it stung, because I had no intentions of ever being snarky or smart aleck. And I was just participating. And here I was, a vendor, a customer trying to help out a brother in Christ, and a vendor of merch on his event, and I'm being accused of snarkiness. And I thought, wow, that is grossly unfair. And so I looked it up just to make sure, because I'm like, maybe he understands snarky differently than I do. And so I look up the word, and it went from bad to worse, because I kind of just thought, it meant a little smart aleck. But the word snarky actually means critical or mocking, or in an indirect or sarcastic way, to be bad-tempered or irritable. And I was like, wow, I'm pretty sure I wasn't critical or mocking. And I got to be honest, I was a little hurt by that comment, because it was never my intention. And listen, here I am, I'm on this stream, I'm openly professing Christianity, I'm referencing Jesus, I'm promoting our church Cornerstone on an platform, not porn, wow, open platform, with sealer vendors and customers from around the country, and I get dubbed snarky. And so this bothered me on two fronts. One, it bothered me because I don't want to come off that way at all, ever, and it brings me great distress to know that another person's observation of me was interpreted as critical or as mockery. That was not my intention. I was just engaging with the other customers, and I was trying to promote the products as they were being displayed. And the second thing that bothered me is that this MC used an adjective incorrectly to describe my involvement on the chat. Either way, I was being misrepresented. And this got me thinking of the power of words. And so that's why I titled today's devotional Wordsmithing, because wordsmith, by definition, is a skilled user of vernacular. Actually, skilled user of words, but I was trying to be a wordsmith. Okay. So anyway, but as Christians, as believers, as Christ followers, we should be skilled and deliberate in how we speak, about when we speak, and knowledgeable of what we are speaking about, at least to have a modicum of intelligence about what we are engaging in conversation over. In my experience, I've found that people who don't have anything constructive to say usually lean on what's called idle words. Now, idle words are remind me of a guy running on a treadmill. I've never understood treadmills. I think it's just me. If you're a treadmill runner, man, God bless you, more power to you. But I don't even like running. But then running, like expelling a ton of energy and getting nowhere, to me is just like that is it. I don't compute. And so I think that idle words are the same way. Idle words are like running on a treadmill. They take a lot of energy to get out, yet they take you nowhere. And sometimes we just talk for the sake of hearing our own voice. There are some people that just need to hear their voice in a conversation. And when we do that, our conversation usually begins to lean into sarcasm, or even worse, criticism. Now listen, I'm a sarcastic person, and I don't have an issue if you're sarcastic, as long as it's used in the right tense at the right. Everything, there's a season, right? And so, but when people are just idle and they don't have anything intelligent to say, they usually lean on sarcasm, or they lean on criticism. Let's take this past year, for instance, in 2020. Few people that you spoke to actually know what they were talking about when it came to the details surrounding coronavirus. We're all talking speculation, we're talking conspiracy, we're talking misinformation, we're talking bits and pieces of details that we've pulled down, or opinions from other people on no matter where you stand on that virus, and where it came from, and how it affects us, and how contagious it is, and all those things. Nobody, very, very few people are actually speaking with a large measure of intelligence about it. And I'm sure that, just like me, you've heard every opinion from every angle, from a variety of people, and usually the conversation is just crazy, right? Or nobody really knows, or only time will tell. And what does that mean? That means that everything I just said is unsubstantiated. So, or take the vaccine, for instance. Do you take the vaccine? Do you not take the vaccine? Is the vaccine I know people personally that took the vaccine and they feel like they are invincible, and they are walking into hospitals like they're just, they are 100% covered. And I know others that are like, this is a big government conspiracy and it's a trial run for the mark of the beast. And you know what I mean? And so you got the whole gamut again. And so, whether to take it or not to take it, that conversation, we begin to listen, and it's understand, listen, it's not wrong to talk about this stuff. We should engage in conversation. We should be involved in I don't think it's wrong to speak, so while I don't think it's wrong to talk about it, I do think that it's wrong to speak in absolutes concerning it, because at this point, even the experts are not proficient in speaking about it. But my point is this: when we're just saying things without having any credibility, the talk can quickly turn to rhetoric, or gossip, or sarcasm, or criticism. And none of those things are constructive. They just leave you stuck. And Jesus spoke about this, and this is what I wanted to get to. Sorry, I'm reading some of the comments. Jesus spoke plainly about our idle words, yet his warning often goes unheeded. Jesus said that for every idle word, there will be accounting on the day of judgment. Matthew chapter 12, verse 36, Jesus said, "But I say to you that for every idle word men may speak, they will give an account of it on the day of judgment." So naturally, we would expect Jesus to condemn profanity or vile uses of the tongue, cursing, lying, using the Lord's name in vain. But idle words, I mean, idle words are the things that we say carelessly without any concern for their impact on others. And the truth is we too quickly assume that the sins of our tongue are minor sins and sins that God's going to overlook. But can I suggest to you that there are no minor sins? That the reason that Jesus warns us of this is because he is fully aware. He is completely aware of the devastating effect that idle words can have on people. Just like the comment about me being snarky was snarky. And I know it was an idle word. And I know that nobody on that stream yesterday really cares two hoots about whether I was being snarky or not. And in fact, I would argue that nobody actually believed I was by definition being snarky. Yet still, I am so bothered by it that today I'm doing a devotional on it. That's the power that words have on us, and that's what Jesus was warning us about. Matthew chapter 15 and verse 18 says, "But the things that come out of a person's mouth come from the heart, and this defiles them. For out of the heart come evil thoughts and murder and adultery and sexual immorality and theft and false testimony and slander. These are what defile a person." In the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, it says, "The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit." James tells us in James 3:6 that the tongue also is a fire, a world of evil among parts of the body. It corrupts the whole body, and it sets the whole course of one's life on fire and is itself set on fire by hell. That is what a profound illustration of the power of our words, that it corrupts the entire course of your life. The way that you speak, what you speak on, it dictates your thought life. It sets into motion your action or your inaction. Again, the book of Proverbs encourages us in Proverbs 17:28 to speak less, and rather said, we've got two ears and one mouth. We should listen twice as much as we speak. Oftentimes we have nothing significant. Oftentimes we have nothing significant to say, and we're tempted just to speak injurious, idle words. And this is what happens: is things begin to lean in on sarcasm or even worse, criticism. And the more time we spend in idle chatter, the greater the likelihood that we will say things that are harmful. Again, the book of James cautioned the believers. He says, "Be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath." James 1:9. So we are in much less danger of saying something offensive when we're actually listening more and speaking less. So in closing this morning, I want to encourage you to think carefully about the words that come out of your mouth. Apparently, I need to. I get time, because as Christians, we should speak words that are uplifting and encouraging and gracious and kind to others. Ephesians 4:29 says, "Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for the building up of for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen." So the question I want to ask you is, do you need to speak less? Do you need to be more careful of the kind of humor that you use? If so, I want to encourage you to ask the Holy Spirit to help you evaluate whether your words build others up, or they destroy or hurt people. Become a wordsmith. You'll be glad you did. So listen, that's all I have for you today. I want to let you know that that we will resume on Monday. We will not be doing DDPC on Saturday or Sunday of this week. So soon Monday we will be back in the saddle. So we're gonna take the weekend and just unplug. So, but have an amazing weekend. I want to thank you guys for jumping on and for being part of this stream today. And please, man, come out on Sunday. Be a part of our Sunday morning services. We are back at the hotel this week, 8:30 and 10:30. Or 8 and 10:30, and so anyway, come out and be a part of that. But have a beautiful weekend. God bless you, and we will see you on Monday. God bless.